We did a lot of evaluation. We had, I bet my list started at about 25. There's a lot of ERP players. We had a lot of questions and specific things that we wanted to see. We took the time to understand ERP in general, more specifically looked at, who's going to be the best fit. We took 25, probably whittled it down to maybe, I think we had 8 that we actually tested. OmegaCube stood out in its feature list when we looked at our huge spreadsheet that had all these different features that we wanted to see. OmegaCube really checked all those boxes. There was gaps in a lot of the other competitors where they didn't do this or didn't do that or didn't integrate this and that piece together. The biggest thing was OmegaCube pushed their flexibility, right? And their ability to adapt to us. That was a huge deal to us and has continued to be a huge deal. That has been really, really critical, and I'm glad of that. There was specifically one other company, the alternative company really was inflexible, right? I mean, They talk about like, hey, you have all these different settings, was the phrase. You've got all these different settings that you can toggle on and off. Like, hey, we've got, hundreds of settings. And it was like, okay, that's great. But OmegaCube was like, hey, we can kind of do whatever you want to do. We have our product here, we can adjust to fit your organization. And it was particularly helpful that it wasn't just open-ended, like, hey, do whatever you want, I guess. It was more like, we will do whatever you want and give you insight into what other customers have done and what we've seen work. I think that kind of 1-2 punch really was the final selling point for us.